really simple, quick, easy project. I just wanted to be able to show how fun and easy acrylic is to work with, and it's quick. Let's get started. This is the 8-inch circle from acrylic circle from Rusty Pickle. It's going to come with this blue protective coating. You just peel that right off, and it has one on each side, but I already took the first one off. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stamp with acrylic paint using a flourish stamp. So I'll take, you can tell I've already practiced and used this one. I'm going to go ahead and take my stamp, and we're going to cover that. You can use acrylic paint or you can use ink. I like using paint. So I'm just going to use a foam brush, dab it on, cover it really good, and I usually wet my foam brush, just dampen it a little bit before I start, just so the paint will stay moist a little bit longer, because you want it to stay wet, because after we stamp it onto the acrylic, we're going to cover it with glitter for a fun look. Okay, so once you have that good and wet, line it up on your acrylic piece. I kind of like to go off the edges a little bit, and it doesn't really matter if you smudge it because it just adds to the unique look. Place it, gently push down on it, and I support the acrylic when I'm lifting the stamp off. There it is. Okay, and then I will take some glitter, which I already have some out and ready to go. I like to put a piece of paper underneath so I can, well, for one, I'm messy. For two, because then that way I can reuse the glitter, just pour it right back into the jar. So we're just going to pour that glitter all over the paint. Tap it off. There we go. It has a nice look to it. I love the glitter look. And you know, the acrylic, the glitter just wants to stick to it, and it's okay. You just tap it a little bit harder and it'll come off better. And then we're going to repeat the same thing on the bottom half here. I have one already finished, so we'll set that aside. I've actually gone a couple steps on this one. So I've stamped on the top and the bottom, covered it with glitter, and then I took a 3-inch by 5 3/4 inch of our new Pop Star paper called Coal, and just adhered it in the center. I used my tape gun, but you can also use Mod Podge or a real thin coat. I use a foam brush to put it on of adhesive to adhere this. And then I'm going to add buttons, and I just used glue dots to put these on. I'll put the last couple on. Let's see here. Who hid my buttons? There they are. Let's move that out of the way. The chipboard that I'm using today is random font. And also I'm using the Rockstar, the hearts from the Rockstar chipboard. It's just a lot of fun to play with. I like the random font because it comes with all kinds of different types of each letter, and so you can choose and decide what look you want. Okay, so I'm just putting the little glue dot right on the back of the buttons. You can see those adhere very nicely. They don't come off. Next, I've already pre-painted my letters, and I just painted them with a red love, and then also hand drew out a couple little petals. So, and then once I painted these, I sprinkled glitter on them, let them dry. So we're going to adhere these, and again, I like to use Mod Podge to kind of adhere. I'm not going to adhere them right now just to save time, but I'll place them where they would go. And this just spells out love. You could use O if you wanted. I kind of like the little heart for love. I think it adds a nice little fun touch. Then next, I used Juliet paper, and I already cut this out to the size of the circle. And what I'm going to do is, just so I can still have that see-through look with the acrylic, is I'm just going to tear. I'm going to tear kind of along the top of the circle. I'm going to adhere this right in the back like that, so then you can still, oops, all my letters are falling off, you can still see through. And again, I like to use Mod Podge with that. I'll go ahead and adhere the top one. Add a little bit of just a thin coat. And at first, when you put it on, you'll be able to see the adhesive a little bit through the acrylic, but as long as you're just using a nice thin coat, it dries quickly. So, get out here where you can see me. I'm just putting that right on the side that I want to use. Thin coat. Again, I've moistened my foam brush a little bit, so it's nice and thin. Set that aside. And I'm going to just place it right on the back side. And it sticks on there very nicely. You can see the little torn edge through there. And then I'm going to repeat again the same thing for the bottom half with this. The only thing I'm going to do different with that is that I'm going to add the rest of my quote. I'm going to grab this one that's finished and show you. I put, love is all you need. You can either just print this is all you need out, or write it with a pen, whichever you prefer, or use some of your alpha stamps. The trick with that is that you're going to want to put your paper underneath and figure out exactly where your lettering should go. So here, I'd want it to go right in here. That's really it. I added a little bit of ribbon with a stick pin and adhered these to the bottom, and I used the foam pop dots to adhere those just to give them a little dimension, and then I added a little bit of ribbon on the top to hang from the wall. That's it. Have fun making it, change it around, let me know what you do. Thanks.